I got poetry once from a woman. Here's some poetry you really love. Okay, thank you. It was the most offensive string of words I've ever seen in my life. I was like, thank you very much. Crumble, 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 crumble. So I'm associated very much with what I do is what I am. I live in Oregon on a lavender farm. I'm not kidding. I take my lavender every year and distill it at Steven Seagal's ranch. I live in Southern Oregon. He lives in Northern California. He has a beautiful distillery and he's never home. Because he's doing, I'm a cop, reality show. Halt there or I'll have these younger guys chase you. So he's not there. So we take our lavender and use his distillery. But don't tell Steven Seagal. It's safe, I can tell. Our secret is safe. I see 80,000 red lights. Sorry, Steven. Great distillery. Yes, over here.
Can you say one of Ash's catchphrases?
Can I say one of Ash's catchphrases? Sure, if I was your little monkey. I will say this. Sometimes Ash's words are very powerful. I know for a fact that "Give Me Some Sugar Baby" works. A guy came up to me at a book signing. He said, "Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for saying 'Give me some sugar, baby.'" I said, "Okay, I'll bite. Why are you so happy about that?" He goes, "Well, I was working in China and had 'Give me some sugar, baby' translated into Mandarin. And he went into a bar in Beijing and used it on a Chinese woman, and he got laid." Is anyone here of Chinese descent who can speak Chinese? Are you? Could you translate "Give me some sugar, baby" into Chinese? I sort of speak Chinese. Yes.
What motivates you to pick the parts that you pick? And when you first did Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, and all that, did you know you were going to have such a large cult following?
What was that? It's a long question, so go back to the first one, and then we'll be back to the second one, because I'll forget that after I answer the first one.
What motivates you or inspires you to actually pick and choose the
What
parts?
motivates me to pick a role? Kid in college? Did I know I'd have such a large cult following? I've got hundreds of followers right here in Israel. No, you never know that. You never know that. We didn't even think we would finish the first Evil Dead movie. We went to Tennessee and shot 2/3 of it and came back completely broke with an unfinished movie. So it was a long nightmare. With that movie, we wanted to be able to get it into the same theater that we went to as a kid. So I remember the one day, it was probably 82. The movie was just finished, and we screened it at the Showcase Cinemas in Pontiac, Michigan, and that's where I would see things like, Poseidon Adventure and all the movies when I was a kid. And so when I saw The Evil Dead in that theater, nothing else mattered. Because I went, all right, we did it. They're selling popcorn to this movie in this theater. We're just the same as Poseidon Adventure. So that's the truth. And then beyond that, you can't have any control over it. Because, Evil Dead 2, we made Evil Dead 2 with a weird opening and beginning that confused everybody because we didn't think that many people saw Evil Dead 1. So that's why people are confused, that they think Ash had such a good time on Evil Dead 1 that he went back to the cabin with a new group of friends. Hey, let's have a ball. The truth of the matter is we could not get the rights to the footage from our own movie. Because that was New Line Cinema. New Line Cinema would not give us the rights to Dino De Laurentiis to make part 2. It's very convoluted, but that's why weird things happen in movies. And sometimes if you see something you don't understand why it happened, sometimes the filmmakers don't understand it either. Yes?
There's a new Old Spice commercial, but I gotta say I was a fan of yours. How much of your Old Spice commercial was just you, and how much was just writers?
How much of the Old Spice commercial was me, and how much is the writers? How much of Sam Axe do you think is me? How much of Ash do you think is me?
Every part.
Every part. Man, have I got you fooled. So let's just say this, since you're that ignorant, this Old Spice is me. Am I wearing Old Spice right now? If they paid you and they paid me, yeah, you'd be wearing it right now. But Old Spice combined with sweat, I don't know about that one. Yes?
You could go back in time, what would you do?
If I could go back in time, what would I do?
Yeah.
Why would I go back in time? What?
Cool shit, you can meet people.
I'd rather go into the future to prevent the shit in the past. But if you mess with the future, what happens to the past? Unless I travel in a parallel universe back there and don't let the one universe know that the other universe exists. And what kills me? I see people out there going, now you're getting it. Now where can I watch that movie? You guys love parallel universes, don't you? And Star Trek uniforms. You ever get laid in that with like Princess Leia? I'll bet you did. I did a signing in Orlando, and there were a lot of Disney characters there. And a group of 3 teenagers came up going, like they normally do. I said, hi, what do you do? Oh, we're Disney characters. And I'm like, you gotta have pictures of Goofy porking Snow White somewhere, don't you? And they're like, we got the videos. Yeah. And that's why they call it the happiest place on earth. There's a lot going on in those underground tunnels. Let me tell you what. Goofy better clean that outfit a little more often. What are you insinuating? Sex isn't gross. Well, maybe for some of you it might be. Yes?
Any chance we'll see the Evil Dead the musical brought to film?
Evil Dead the musical, any chance that will be brought to film? I heard like, oh God. Another one, oh. I didn't hear a standing ovation for that one, sir. Sorry. Have you seen the musical? It was exclusive to one company for a while. Now it's not exclusive. So anyone here can go to Samuel French and get the rights and put it on in your high school play. But if you do, has anyone seen the musical, the Evil Dead musical? It's actually really fun. If you get a chance, I don't get shit from it, so go see it anyway. But the first 4 rows of the splatter zone, and they're covered with plastic, and you're warned as you come in, you're going to get horrible stuff splattered on you. The one thing they really capture with the stage show is just blood flying 20 feet across the stage. Somebody going, ah! And when you see it live, it really is just, it's like astounding. In a movie, you go, oh, good digital. Here you go, whoa, that ain't digital, that's flying out. And in New York City, where the show was off Broadway briefly, I saw a guy coming in with a tux, a white tux. And he sat right in front row center. He was pink by the end of the performance. Because the actors know that. They go, oh! And they go right for the guy, or if there's someone who's wincing, then you're doomed. And you're just gonna get it. If you're there like this, they're not gonna touch you. But I recommend it. Evil Dead the musical, if it's done well, is entertaining as hell. And if it's done poorly, like I saw in a few small towns, it's even more entertaining. It's just so awesome. And every Ash character that I meet, I met a couple of these guys who played Ash. They're like, hey, yeah, hi, how are you? How's it going? What's your problem? You played this stupid character only a couple of times. I do it 18 days a week. Shut up, you're acting. You got a job, bite me. Yes, all the way in the back. It's either one of you.
So there's a Xena/Army of Darkness crossover comic book where Ash meets the Pelicans.
Ash Ash meets autologous. It exists.